This is clearly a birthday party, and it looks like it's yours because you're blowing out the candles. Set the scene for me.
Yep, it's my 6th birthday party, in fact, but I'd like to address something first. This is a hater. Look at the scowl, the conniving look. She is not happy about me managing to live another year. She hates the number 6. She hates my dad's John Lennon glasses. She hates that Spider-Man came through to crawl up my cake. She's a textbook quintessential hater. It be your own birthday party attendees. And while I don't know who this is and don't believe I was ever anywhere in the same vicinity as her again in my life, I'd be a fool to not assume she's still out there, plotting, planning to destroy my life. She's absolutely still harboring a grudge, and I won't hear otherwise. A grudge born this fateful day, April 14th, 1993, at the Family Fun Center, which later turned into Boomers, which is where 8 years later, Cena and I wasted all of our parents' money on rigged games just to win this disco ball. But that's for another time. Anyway, so this is how we got to this scene. As you know, I was born in Peoria, Illinois, and that's where I was living at the time in this photo with my mom and my grandparents. However, this was in California. My dad, who joined the Marine Corps in '94, had been living out there ever since. So he flew me out there to hang out with him for my entire spring break, which at that age felt like 3 years. But yeah, over the course of a month or so, we went to like 2 NBA games, Universal Studios, Disneyland, Legoland, SeaWorld, the moon. Like, it was nuts. Every day was an event. He had the whole itinerary planned out ahead of time. And as you can see, my birthday was during that same period, so it's pretty safe to say April '99 may have been the peak of my life. To the right here, you have my cousin Kiana. And I don't know if I ever told her, so she's probably hearing this for the first time, but I thought she was the coolest person ever. She had a bunch of CDs and cassettes, a PlayStation, rented a ton of movies, and she was always nice to me, which pretty much made her a god in my eyes. Plus, while I was out there, she helped my dad document pretty much everything we were doing, so she might be the real MVP. You know, speaking of CDs and cassettes and stuff, I know I said back in chapter 1 that I had no idea I would become a musician at this age, and that's true, but going through these archives, I think a seed may have been planted pretty early on.
It can fly, my flavor being a batter, shit a chatter, better than the man. Let's rise it, come my batter, got the data, turn your body, and just like a piece of sizzling, you'll fit inside my stomach with the eggs and grits between. The king is what I mean, my man get a cup and put some change inside. Hold up, let's make this official.
I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it all night and day, for no reason to fly away. I believe I can soar. I see feet running through the open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can soar.
What you doing, remixing it or something?
Open door. I believe I can fly.
Shout out to my dad for doing manual censorship of the Craig Mag. And on the subject of censorship, shout out to Big Willie Style, one of the presents I got during my time out there. The album is a classic, and if you think different, go debate your uncle with the glass knees, because I won't be entertaining you. And here I am predating the jersey dress, with the Voldemort face for some reason. But no, my dad is responsible for Kobe Bryant being one of my 3 favorite basketball players, because he put me on from the very start of his career. I'm not much of a black mamba myself. I'm like a black garden snake. I mean, I like eating parfait and taking naps, but you know, he's an inspiration nonetheless. I mean, I'm ruthless when I have to be, and I would think I kind of partially got that from Kobe. Fun fact, for much of my early life, my dad and a lot of my family would call me MJ, and I always thought it was for Michael Jordan, you know, my favorite athlete at the time, the guy I'd watch VHS tapes of for hours every day. And they knew all this, so of course I thought they had given me the nickname, to make me happy or something. Well, my dad told me years later that while that was partial inspiration, it was mainly because MJ was short for Melvin Jr. Imagine how that revelation must have felt. Anyway, that does it for book 1. You could call this book infancy, I guess. I'll see y'all for book 2, aka elementary school, aka let's fall in love with the new girl not even 5 minutes after she walks through the door and unwisely tell everyone you know so that 5 minutes later you're crying in a beanbag in the center of the room while everyone teases you about it and she has no idea what's going on. And